What's up, everybody? Welcome in. DFSarmy MLB pre-lock show for Tuesday. 12 gamer, maybe?
Something
I'm looking at the
like
right screen. It would appear that way. Tattoo, how are you doing today?
devastated, heartbroken.
The Dolly has passed.
Yeah, that one. That was like a Betty White. Like that was like a gut punch. Especially Betty White. I remember she was going to be 100. I think
Yeah.
January 17th, and she died like New Year's Day or something like that.
Yeah, she was one I didn't even realize was that old
Yeah.
at the time. But obviously part of that is because like she stayed really active even being in her 90s.
Yeah.
So like yeah, when they're that active and that in the forefront wise, you just don't realize that they are still that old. Really, is what it comes down to.
Absolutely, her. Like both of them were freaking amazing people. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is how things go.
Yeah, unfortunately, part of life.
I've had to deal with two friends losing a parent over the last month, so yes, I'm quite familiar with the scenarios. Really,
Ken, we're talking about Dolly Parton.
Dolly. But we are here to talk 12 games of Major League Baseball this evening. What's your first thoughts on just pitching overall tonight?
My first thought is Gavin Williams.
Yeah, it's a pretty good first and second thought, probably.
It's a core thought for me, I may even say.
I mean, he makes too much sense. So,
yeah.
To me, at 32% on DraftKings, feels like it's nearly half what he should be. Now, I get it. It's because, like, it's a 12-game slate.
Yeah.
And there are some other stud pitchers on this slate that can match his upside.
Yeah.
But I'm fairly certain that I am going to have 50% plus Gavin Williams tonight. I haven't figured out my percentages yet. I will after the show, really, but fairly certain 50% plus Gavin Williams.
On FanDuel, he's just over. It should be up to date. He's just over 25%. DeGrom is 16, and nobody else is over 10%.
You say he's over 25% on FanDuel?
Yeah, he's 25.76. DeGrom is 16. Harrison is 9. And then it just goes down from there.
That's wild because he's only, 32% on DK. Like a 7% difference between a one pitcher and two pitcher site seems pretty low.
Yeah.
So either he's over-owned on FanDuel or he's under-owned on DK. And given the matchup, I'm going to say that he's under-owned on DK.
What's his price? He's 11,100 on FanDuel.
He's 10.5 on DK, the most expensive by 500.
His most expensive about 500 over Glass now.
Yeah, same on DK. He's $1,200 more than DeGrom, which is.
Now, I'll tell you another thought I had, but I don't think they strike out a ton. But on FanDuel, getting Skeens at $8,800 and 8% ownership is intriguing. We haven't seen it, but we know he's got it. You know.
Yeah, I honestly is the first slate that I'm deciding to fade Paul Skeens.
And what is so funny is I have almost faded Paul Skeens his entire career. Because at the beginning I was like, I'm not paying for that. And now it's gotten to where I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe I'll take a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I was probably the heaviest weighted person in the industry on Skeens in his last start. And I can't
do it anymore.
Unfortunately, I just can't do it until I see it now. Like
Yeah.
I'm convinced. I'm not convinced that he's injured, and I think I said this either to you or in the chat during his last
said
start.
To me and during the live.
He's not injured. I think it's a mechanical issue. Or I guess if he is injured, it's more wrist, like hand, to where he can't get the same like spin on the baseball for his fastball, for his four seamer. Like, so it doesn't have the movement, and he doesn't have the velocity on that. But he was still throwing his splitter at 92 miles an hour. So like that tells me there's no elbow issue. Like if you can throw that pitch that hard yet, like you can't have any issues with your elbow. So it's either straight mechanical or he has something going on with his hand and fingertips. Like splitters is thrown with the inside of your fingers. The other pitches are thrown more fingertip wise. So like that's my belief. And like Tatis is just on fire right now. San Diego's just an annoying opponent, really. So I ended up not going there, but I also think it helps because like I just want to have so much exposure to Gavin Williams, DeGrom, Harrison, and Glasnow tonight that I don't feel the need to play Paul Skeens. I mean, 9K on DK and under 9K on FanDuel, great pricing if you want to bet on a bounce back and like he finally figured it out or whatever.
Be ahead of the curve.
But to me, it might just be something that he takes into the offseason before he figures it out.
I kind of lean the same way. It doesn't seem like something he's going to suddenly fix at the end of the season. It's going to probably be something he has to work on off season.
Like even if the velo thing doesn't come back, it's not like he's down throwing 88. Like he was still throwing 97 in his last start.
Yeah.
It's just it might take him a little bit to figure out how to pitch at that speed. You know, because at 99, 100, you get away with more stuff than you do at 97. So like he has to be a little bit more exact and pinpoint with control at 97 than he does with at 100. So that can be a big issue. So it's just a lot of learning. But I also would not be shocked then if he comes back next year and he's back at 100 either. So, did I lose you or am I frozen?
No, I think we're both here. Ken, I know you knew who Liv Dunn was. I don't know if we just lost Raz. So we can talk about baseball or Livy Dunn, whatever you want. So we were just talking baseball while Raz was gone because that's all we discussed.
Yeah. be really nice if they stop like limiting my internet or something at the end of the month. Like that's what it feels like it's doing. Is it just the last 2 days has just been dropping for 10 seconds at a time?
Like it's hot. Drop it
Yeah,
like it's
pretty
hot.
much. Um, yeah, I don't know. You probably weren't talking about pitching based on the chat, but um, yeah, I just if you played both schemes, I probably am not going to argue too hard against it. But for me, he's just not like it takes me a few starts to get there. But I'm
Yeah,
finally to the
no,
point
yeah.
where it's like I just need to see. I actually need to see it like 2 starts in a row now, not just him coming back and doing it this one start. Um, but I really think I need to see him do it back-to-back starts to know that it's there.
Yeah, it certainly wouldn't something I'd be super comfortable about. I mean, that is the reason where well, like I didn't want to touch Wheeler last night. I was just like, ugh. Like his recent form has sucked. And then with you trashing Cal Riley's entire family and existence and pissing him off. That was impressive
Yeah.
to single-handedly cause a guy to hit 3 home runs who sucks.
I mean, at least we're watched by somebody out there, I guess.
Yeah. He obviously was sitting there eating bonbons, getting his dumper bigger, and said, "Oh, all right, fucking this guy Raz wants to talk shit."
Yeah, I still think he looks lost.
I mean, he's a blind squirrel, once in a while.
Yeah,
So obviously, Gavin and DeGrom are 1 and 2 for you.
I think Glasnow is number 2. I think Harrison's 3, and I think DeGrom is 4.
DeGrom is 4.
I think Harrison and DeGrom are a coin flip between the two. Glasnow is 2 on the basis that I believe he can get 90 to 95 pitches.
That was I hadn't wrote his notes yet. I was waiting for the show, honestly, to get. I mean, you're Raz GPT, so I was like, all right, I'll find out what Raz knows about Glasnow.
Yeah, we may not get official word, but when a pitcher's last rehab start is 5 1/3 innings, so pitching into that magical 6 number, and then 77 pitches, I have to believe that he's now able to go 6 for 90, 6 or 90, whichever comes first. And since we have that, I think it's a pretty good time. His strikeout numbers in the minors and 4 rehab starts were phenomenal. And Atlanta's struggling enough right now. I just think Glasnow's ceiling is super strong. Because ultimately he's fresh, right? So like that arm isn't experiencing the late August into September lull, dead arm periods or whatever. And he wasn't injured because of some arm issue or anything. It was low back spasms, which shouldn't keep you out for 3 months. But the Dodgers get to get away with that. Like,
they can afford to.
They get to allow guys make their $20 million and sit around and do nothing until it's time to ramp up. So yeah, I mean, Glasnow's going to be on a pitch count, but it's not as severe. From my baseball background and the stuff that I've done over the years, like my educated guess is 90 pitches or 6 innings, whichever comes first. I mean, like The traditional jump is like 15 pitches, start to start when they're ramping up. We'll put it in the low 90s, but I mean, I guess so. Maybe he could be at 5 2/3 at 87 pitches, and they'll probably let him try to finish it out. So, 90 to 95 is likely, but I just really think it's hard to get him through 6 innings. Which that's all we need really. 10 years ago, just getting 6 innings from a pitcher, we probably wouldn't be as pumped, because we'd expect some other guys to go 7 and 8 at this point in the season. But given the way that Major League Baseball is, like 6 innings is pretty much all we can expect out of pitchers now. So.
Yeah, I feel like almost like 6 is what you're hoping for. Like, okay, if he can get to 6, then they'll 7, 8, 9 it. Yeah. After so we said Gavin Glass, now Harrison, then DeGrom. Who's 5? I would think it'd be a Bradley, King, Kirby. Did you freeze it again? He froze. For me, I was kind of, you back? Maybe. I was thinking about taking some shots with Kirby.
Maybe I'm back.
Yeah. Before you left, I was asking you if DeGrom is 4, who's next for you?
It's probably Michael King. But to be honest, it just really falls off for me after those top 4. I'm not playing Aaron Nola, who's the third chalkiest pitcher on the slate. So like Michael King's the 4th highest owned on DK. So like he probably is just the default guy after that group. I don't know. Like I'm torn on the game in San Francisco. I'm torn on making Taj Bradley a big priority because Zebby was pretty good, and Taj is definitely far better than Zebby.
Yeah,
against that Athletics lineup.
Kirby at home.
I ended up removing Kirby because he's been so bad.
Yeah.
Like he's one of the last guys I removed. Like I'm tempted to still play Will Warren yet, but I removed him from my pool.
Liberatore.
I have Liberatore in there, but man, I mean the projections love Liberatore. Like point per dollar wise, just massive. You can see that I actually dropped it down yet, and I will be dropping it down farther. He's just a pretty low floor with just like a medium ceiling. Especially because I love Kobe Mayo and like Tyler O'Neill tonight. Like O'Neill going back to St. Louis, and he gets to face a left-handed pitcher.
Is Mayo the best left-handed? Is the best hitter off of lefties right now?
He might be. I'm trying to think. It's got to be pretty close. Esperlin Valdez is pretty good from a ISO standpoint. Both guys strike out a ton though, but like Valdez homered again last night too, but off of Robbie Ray, right? Yeah. But it might be those two near the top, and I don't even know if Valdez would qualify yet because I don't know if he has enough plate appearances.
Vargas is pretty good.
Yeah, but he seems like he fallen off.
Yeah.
Until recently. I can't think of some of the other ones. Like last year, one of the best hitters was Kyle Schwarber, and he's left on left.
Matt Olson hits a ton of home runs versus lefties, but his overall numbers are.
Yeah, he might have as many home runs against lefties as Mayo does.
He got one more.
One more, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Mayo lefties 105 and 435, 13 home runs.
Yeah, I mean,
there's guys above him with a better ISO, but I mean, with very few at bats.
And somehow Tyler O'Neill's not in the lineup. Did he get hurt again?
I don't think so.
Because that's about the only thing I can think of why he wouldn't be in the lineup tonight.
He'll pinch hit home run later.
Yeah, but against who? If he's not starting against a left-handed pitcher, why is he? Who's he going to pinch hit against? St. Louis is more of a pitcher's park than hitter's park. But I touched on some of that stuff on my video earlier. Like, even though some of these guys have some horrendous splits where they're at tonight, I don't remember who the other ones were. It was Liberatore and I don't remember now.
Gage Jump?
Could have been Gage Jump, but I don't think I really broke it down. DeGrom, I think. And maybe Harrison. Like, Harrison's got a decent difference between home road as well. I pointed out plenty of games that they've started in their bad split where they've gone for 25 plus DK points. So like they're still possible in doing that. But obviously it becomes less likelier. Yeah, I mean, do you have interest in Liberatore on FanDuel?
Not really. He didn't make my list.
Yeah.
I was just noticing something I was going to ask you. It's not really a question. But what if I told you in April, May, that there'd be a slate that Brandon, how do you say his name?
Pfadt
and Bryce Elder cost more than Paul Skeens?
Yeah, I would have thought that's impossible.
I'd be like, no, Skeens is priced down there with Walbert Urena and Clay Holmes.
Which kind of brings me to the fact that, like, Walbert Urena is a guy that's super overlooked because of his price point on DK.
Yeah.
And I think he's super viable tonight. Like, his home numbers are phenomenal. And Cleveland isn't a lineup that we're afraid of. Like, Clausen looked good last night. He just couldn't get any strikeouts. So, like, I feel like Urena is one of those guys tonight that could be a surprise difference maker in GPPs. I'm trying to think, like, I mean, I certainly like him better than George Kirby. Yeah. I don't know if I like him better than Taj Bradley, though. Like, I think that's a debate between the two. Urena's got the better ballpark. Bradley just has more upside. Like, he's facing
he so good early in the season, too.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the only other two pitchers that I bring up that I'm like keep going back and forth on in my mind would be the pitchers in San Francisco, like Adrian Hauser and Brady Singer.
Yeah.
Both guys that, like, the idea of playing is just kind of gross. But I mean, I don't like Brady Singer's shut down the Giants earlier in Cincinnati. He just only struck out one, so that's an issue. Hauser's been really good over his last three since like getting back to a multi-inning role.
Yeah.
And Cincinnati offers K upside for him, but Cincinnati's lineup's far more potent than San Francisco's. So like I don't like do we include both of them or do we just choose between the two and go with one of them? Like I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly no enthusiasm behind that click for either one.
No. But I almost feel better about the matchup for one of them than Liberator. But I don't know. I feel weird fading Will Warren, who he put up a strong performance against Houston the first time he faced them. So like, why couldn't he do it again? But I'm not playing him.
What about a Anthony K?
I can't get there. I just like Anthony K's good games for the Chicago White Sox are still 12 and 13 fantasy point performances. Yeah. So like it just does not feel like there's any upside with him at all. And Texas isn't exactly striking out a ton either.
Yeah.
So like that feels like 8% on DK that I can just put in somewhere else. I can add that to my. I'd say Gavin Williams, but it's a vast price difference. But I can add that 8% to my Hauser or Singer. I can add that 8% to my Urania, right? Like, I don't know. This was a slate where I think there was probably 15 viable pitchers to where, like, if you told me you were convicted enough that you were going to play them, I probably couldn't, argue enough to get somebody off of them, because I'm not playing Gage Jump, who I believe just has a ton of K upside, but like he's been so volatile in this ballpark, and the way that Minnesota does score runs, it just would worry the hell out of me. Plus, Minnesota just saw a left-handed pitcher last night. Like I'm very big on like facing left-handed pitchers is still kind of a unique thing. So when a team gets to do it 2 and 3 games in a row, like the advantage jumps so significantly for the offense that it puts that pitcher in a tougher spot. So I don't know. Is the guy that I'm overlooking that's the key to the night, is it Bryce Elder?
I don't think so.
Did you see what Bryce Elder did against the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium this season?
I remember he had a great performance.
Yeah, I mean it was basically 30 DK points against the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium. I was hoping he'd gain a little bit more steam because of that.
Yeah.
So that I could feel better about not using him. But seeing that he's the lowest owned or projected to be the lowest owned pitcher on the slate kind of makes me think I'm making a mistake not sprinkling him in.
I mean, a sprinkle, yeah.
So
of course. But yeah, he's just another one that doesn't feel good, His problem seems to be getting out of the first inning.
Yeah.
He's had a couple games where he just got fucking destroyed in the first inning and then just settles in the rest of the game. So, yeah, I'd feel safe with Elder if I could get him through the first inning.
But when I look at it, like Elder's done it in this matchup, and it somehow in his life has been an all-star at the major league level.
Yeah.
Isn't that just a smarter click than clicking Liberatore or Brady Singer?
Probably. I think it just, when you compare opponents, of course, it's the
Right.
Dodgers. It's the Dodgers.
I mean, the Dodgers. I mean, we can segue into the stacks now because I don't have anything else to say about pitching.
No.
The Dodgers are my number 2 stack on the slate.
Expecting a big first inning.
I mean, it's because of what Elder has happened to him early in games, right?
Yeah.
And when an offense can get to a guy early, there's always the chance that they just
get into the bullpen,
get rolling.
Yeah.
And then, So, as we see, and the Dodgers are now the second highest owned team on the slate. The Minnesota Twins are first. Unfortunately, those are my top 2 stacks. I am just going back to Minnesota in that ballpark. I debated 2 other teams for my top tier. I wonder if you can guess which 2 teams those are.
Texas.
It is not Texas.
This ain't Texas. We can hold. Let's see. I'm put on my razzle cap. Cubs.
It is not the Cubs. I had another debate with the Cubs, but it wasn't for the top tier.
Orioles.
It's not the Orioles either.
Houston.
It is not Houston.
Is it Toronto?
It is not Toronto either.
I think I've named all the teams. Mets.
It is not the Mets.
Jesus. White Sox?
It is not the White Sox either.
Milwaukee.
It is not Milwaukee.
I mean,
to save you time, it's not the A's or the Yankees either, who are number 3 and number 4 in ownership.
St. Louis?
St. Louis is one of them.
St. Louis and Philadelphia?
It's not Philadelphia. It is, I will give it is Kansas City.
I see Kansas City.
The teams that are 1 and 2 in pitcher woba matchup, Kansas City and St. Louis.
I probably should have scrolled over and looked at that.
I mean, I didn't look at the leverage stack to get that information. It's just kind of how things fell in my own research. So they're my number 3 and number 4 teams on this slate. I like them. It is kind of tough to get them as my number 1 stacks, but ultimately with St. Louis, you're taking on Chris Bassett, who's been absolutely punished by left-handed bats.
Yeah.
So it's real simple, real easy, to get Weatherholt, Burleson. Church has been swinging it well. Gorman is back up, so he just has power, which is a big thing. And then Kansas City gets to face Max Scherzer. and I love Vinny Pasquantino, the way he's swinging it. Kyle Isbell, Salvador Perez has crushed Scherzer in his career. So like Massey, like I'm naming a bunch of Kansas City Royals, and I haven't even gotten to Bobby Witt yet. So when I said, that's a team similar to like a lot of these other teams, like say Cleveland, say the Angels, even right. Like if I can get to a bunch of names before I mention Bobby Witt, before I mention Mike Trout, Jose Ramirez, like once that happens, then I know like they're a team that I just have to
Consider
stack more than the field does. Um, because that's one of the issues with like Baltimore tonight, right? Like I really want to play Kobe Mayo and I like Pete Alonso. I obviously like Tyler O'Neill some, but he's not in.
yeah.
But getting the Mayo right away kind of means that like the rest of them kind of fall off a little bit for me. So it's not a team that I can just force into the top tier, even though I absolutely love Mayo, both the hitter and on my sandwiches. But
right. Only
so like that's just how I judge a lot of these teams, right? So like Houston's probably a little bit ahead of all those other teams, but if I can name 3 guys before I even think about including Jordan, like then I just need to stack Houston, right?
Yeah.
Like Seattle's kind of similar. Last year it would have been like, can I think of 3 guys before I get to Cal Raleigh? This year it might be, I don't know. I still hate all the entire Seattle team, so like that might be a mute point. But Toronto used to be like, can I get the 3 guys before I mention Vladdy, right?
Yeah.
Philly might be, can I get the 3 guys before I mention Harper or Schwarber, even now, right? That's just kind of how I figure out how I want to stack some teams or just mini stack teams. So those are, my top 4 with the Yankees being number 5. What do you got for your top tiers, I guess, top 2 tiers, I should say?
I also had Minnesota and the Dodgers. Then after that, I kind of like Houston and Texas, but I don't want to feel like I'm chasing Texas from yesterday. I still haven't finished my stacks. Man, probably gonna be something like the Cubs, Cardinals, Texas, Milwaukee, and maybe the Yankees. Then like tier 3 might Sox, I don't know if I put the Arizona, Baltimore, Kansas City. I'll include San Diego, but mini stack probably. Like I don't think we haven't seen Skates do it, but it's also not getting murdered.
Yeah, that's another team. Like right now, if the first one I want to name off is Tatis, then it's probably a mini stack thing. But if I can name a few guys that I want without naming Tatis, then they're a full stack.
Yeah, I cannot name anybody else before I get to Tatis right now.
Yeah. Like the Cubs and Brewers were in consideration for like my last tier 2 team, but I ultimately went the Yankees over them. Partially because I figured the Cubs would be super popular, but that's not the case. Um, they're super down in projected ownership. I thought they would be higher than the Yankees, um, which maybe that's a mistake on my part. But the Cubs have been super popular over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I don't. Maybe I need to flip flop them, but again, they and Minnesota are the most expensive stacks on the LA Dodgers are ninth in ownership.
I mean, I tell you, like Minnesota and the Dodgers, and then I mean, I'm not excited about Sacramento. Not excited about this overall Yankees lineup.
Right.
Milwaukee's not a fun stack, you know.
Right. As well.
Toronto, meh. San Francisco, meh. Cincinnati, meh. Cleveland, meh. I mean, it's almost until I get down to Houston or St. Louis before I really, that whole group between 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I don't really care too much about.
Yeah, 3 to 9 is yeah. I mean, I'm using the Yankees. I don't mind
Yeah, I don't mind. The Yankees would be my favorite of those
of
16
those. Yeah.
games.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm with you. Like Milwaukee, Toronto, San Francisco, and Cleveland are four of the teams that I think I like stacking the least in all of baseball, just on an regular basis wise.
Yeah.
Because they're offensively, they're just not exciting for stack purposes.
And FanDuel, you are home run hunting.
Like Milwaukee doesn't hit home runs, but they're the one team of that group that still like scores runs.
Yeah.
Just they really need to have double digit hits for you to really feel it. Or three guys with multi-hit games with, multiple doubles or stolen bases or whatever, which, that offense is more capable of doing that than those other ones. But like Toronto, San Francisco, and Cleveland, that's not exciting to me at all.
No.
It's just super weak offenses, really. And I mean, as you see, like Toronto's pretty high in leverage rank, but the other like San Francisco's 18th, Cleveland 22nd.
San Francisco, I don't mind, a Devers mini stack or a Devers one off or.
Yeah, the problem with San Francisco is their lineup starting to look a lot like the Athletics.
Yeah.
Like at least they have Devers in it, but they just put Eldridge and Adames on the IL too, right? So like it's Devers, Young-Ho Lee, who you're never really excited to be playing.
I just can't believe you're not excited about Shea Wickham, Turner Hill, Drew Kavanaugh, Nate Furman.
Yeah, Buddy
take
Kennedy.
The average baseball fan and give them this lineup and tell how many people have you heard of?
Right. They're going to tell you that most of them are fake names. That.
Yeah. This looks like you're playing a 90s MLB video game.
Pretty much, yeah.
Where they just like throw names in there.
Yeah, the random names that because they couldn't use the actual names of the players. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's just gross.
I take back my previous statement about San Francisco. I mean, because even Devers, I mean, there's no protection around him. No reason to pitch to him.
Definitely not right now, that's for sure. Which is funny because he homered last night.
Yeah.
Somehow. Which what they did to Chase Burns last night is just ridiculous and like whatever. Like you kind of chalk it up to getting BABIP'd in the first 2 innings or whatever. Like just hit after hit, but you just don't expect that to be the case. Going forward for them.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I think kind of like what you said earlier when you were saying you probably could say there's 15 viable pitchers. And I think that is reflective in trying to find offenses that I trust.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
it does.
these pitchers aren't amazing, but they're not pitchers or situations I'm dying to attack.
Yeah, it does kind of fall off for me after like tier 2 teams, really, tonight. At least the way I feel. I mean, you can obviously include, like we mentioned, the Cubs, maybe the Brewers a little bit, Baltimore some, maybe Arizona. Even though I don't know that I want to really stack against Clay Holmes. Not that I think he's a great pitcher. He's just such a ground ball guy that I think it's tougher for Arizona to get there. But I mean, Houston, I guess, especially since I'm like, if I'm not playing Will Warren, I should be playing some more Houston stacks than I probably will end up with.
And the absolute lowest ownership, would you consider the White Sox at all?
I did a little bit. They're not in my top 12. I do think I'm going to boost them up on the mini stack side and hope that I get the mini stack that each homer tonight.
Yeah.
Because DeGrom can give up home runs right now. So like just trying to nail those two guys that hit home runs.
Yeah.
I think is kind of what I'm doing.
At no ownership. Like none.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a ton of interest in fully stacking them is the biggest thing.
No.
I mean, Vargas is one of my 3 favorite first or third basemen. Just kind of looking at my notes, but he's kind of the one that I'm mostly on for the White Sox.
And I know this is probably your favorite player in all of baseball, but I mean, Tristan Peters is hot right now.
Tristan Peters did make my sheet. I don't understand how Tristan Peters is hot because this guy was playing for the Savannah Bananas, which is not real baseball. No. Sorry.
Have you seen that Cosmic Baseball?
I don't think I have.
I saw Eric. Damn, what the hell is his last name? Sims. He did something there, and it's like Savannah Banana shit. And then at a certain point, all the lights go out, and the players are like lit up in neon. It's a neon ball at bat. I mean, yeah. I'm a baseball purist, so
yeah.
I'm like, what is this shit?
Not for me, because I don't play baseball for just like television entertainment.
Yeah,
like that's not what baseball was created for.
They were showing that dude that does like the outfielder, he catches it and does a backflip or whatever.
Yeah,
and they were talking about him on Pat McAfee, and they're like, "Why is he in the majors?" And they're like, "Oh, because he can't actually hit the fucking ball." He's just like a one-trick pony out there.
I mean, they end up with a lot of dudes that are like former minor leaguers or were drafted at some point or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. The sport itself wasn't made to be an entertainment piece, so that's why
baseball, I'm gonna get off my lawn.
Yeah, I am as well.
Like, can you please get rid of the fucking Ghost Runner?
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. What do you think of stacking Philadelphia tonight?
Mini stack, maybe. I like what? Luis Ariz. I tell you what, he's a player that my brain struggles to keep up with what team he's on sometimes. And I'll be like, wait, See San Diego? Wait, is it San Francisco? No.
This is what is this? His sixth team in 4 years now.
Something like that.
Um,
Because he was where was he killing it at? Miami? Or I can't even remember where the hell he came from.
I don't remember who traded him to San Diego. I should know these things, but I don't. Because it wasn't Minnesota that traded him to San Diego.
Miami is in my head, but that's just because Miami gets all these good players and gives them away.
It might have been Miami. Yeah, it was. Miami traded to San Diego, so he's gone from. So in 2022, he was Minnesota, then to Miami for a year and a half, San Diego for a year and a half, San Francisco for half a year, and then now Philadelphia. So,
And is he a free agent?
Fifth team since 2022. I think he's a free agent because I think San Francisco signed him to a 1-year deal into spring training some point. It wasn't. I don't think it was over the winter. So I mean, he is basically the type of guy in today's baseball that is just gonna be on a year-to-year basis because as soon as his bat falls off average wise, like he's just not gonna be signed by anybody, at least with a major league contract. So like all of professional baseball is just waiting for him to stop hitting.
So nobody's gonna give him a long.
So he's basically somebody that is going to play on a bunch of different teams because like each offseason, some new team is going to value his hitting more, and he really should just take the highest bidder each offseason now.
Yeah, and then there's a good chance every year he's going to get traded to a contender.
Right. Yeah. There's always going to be trades in there.
Yeah, it's like we need a bat. He's a guy that's going to get on base. Let's go get him.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's kind of all I got for offenses. Why don't we switch over to positions? I'll let you go first, and then you'll get your dongs out, and we'll get out of there. We've already been here for 53 minutes, even though I've only been here for 50 of it because of internet issues.
I was going to say that Milwaukee seems like a perfect fit for your Rams.
I could see that, especially if they lose Terang.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think that they're going to pay Terang what it's going to cost long term. So, yeah, I could see that.
And he fits that style of offense. Just keep it moving.
He does. The only thing that would keep him from going there is Milwaukee has such a strong farm system with middle infielders that like they might just go right to their young guy. But yeah, overall he just fits their style of play so well. And fans would absolutely love him in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I wrote a note for you in my sheet today. But catchers, for me, again, don't prioritize it at all on FanDuel, but really hard to ignore Salvi's BVP versus Scherzer. Right. First base, there was a lot really I liked. Burleson, Vinny. Outside of those two, like Garcia and Vaughn. Second base, it really, I did not like it at all today. So I would say second base is probably just going to be a piece of your stack. But I like Luis Ariz. Third base, gotta love Mayo. I like CES as well. Bregman, Vargas. I had a lot of third basemen. Is Drago in here? Because I listed Ramon Urias.
Oh boy.
Shortstop, probably going to surprise my answer with Kalen Culpepper. Outfielder, maybe the only better hitter than Tatis right now, Pete Crow. Tatis. Walker's on fire. Adele. Peters. It's a ton, I like Conforto. I feel like I just read my sheet.
Yeah, I won't take the time to read off my entire sheet because there's a lot of players that I like.
Yeah.
Catcher, you mentioned Salvador Perez with elite BVP type numbers. Otherwise it's just like, Contreras fits a ton. Like 10 for his last 21 is pretty good. Otherwise, Luis Torrens. Alejandro Kirk not in the lineup tonight. It looks like on my notes that he has zeroed out, which would eliminate a catcher for me. First base, Burleson and Pasquantino are easily my top guys. First base is actually one of my weakest positions in my notes tonight, which might be the first time all season on a main slate. Second base is JJ Weatherholt or Michael Massey. Those are the two. $1,100 difference kind of helps, gives you an expensive second baseman or a cheaper version. Third base, Kobe Mayo obviously gets a ton of talk from me. It's Max Muncy birthday narrative night. So choose your Max Muncy correctly because they're both celebrating a birthday.
Yes, they are.
And then, Vargas. I like CES too, but the fact that he is $1,400 more than Kobe Mayo blows my mind on DraftKings. Shortstop, Culpepper, like you mentioned. Otherwise, Witt and Seager. And then who was a punt last night, but he came up in price, Donovan Walton for the A's. He might not be as much in play because he's 3,300 with Culpepper at 3,500 on DK. Outfield, man. Last night we were wrong in choosing PCA over Buxton.
Yeah.
I think the debate is between those two again. Buxton being $900 cheaper than PCA on DK probably gives him the top spot for me. Dalton Varsho, 4 for 5 with 2 home runs against Will Warren. I feel like that's kind of being overlooked. So I'm interested in Dalton Varsho tonight, the Wisconsin boy.
Yeah.
What do I got? Luis Roberts facing a lefty. You know what his ISO is over the last week?
714.
714 ISO. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. If he keeps it up, he might make it in the majors.
Yeah, he could. Spencer Jones, OPS of 1149 over the last week. He's been arguably the Yankees' best hitter of late.
Yeah.
And then cheaper guy, not super cheap, but the cheapest in my pool, or in my, I guess, stack pool, or not stack pool, but one-off pool, Kyle Isbell. OPS over 1,000 over the last week with an ISO of 389, and he just has to be 2 for 2 with 2 doubles against Max Scherzer to go with that.
Funny, he is my last 10.
He's 2,700 on DK. So he's not super punt priced, but he's.
I know pricing's different, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 outfielders under $2,800 listed. I mean, what you can get for that Robert, Spencer Jones, Lawrence Butler, Lewis Lohr, Peters, Grishik, Conforto, Kyle Isbell.
I was just gonna look if Lara's is in the lineup. Okay, because my note sheet did zeros next to him, so I thought maybe their lineup came out and he wasn't in there. Josh Bell is not in the lineup for the Twins, huh? Huh. That's a funny one. But yeah, you want to give out some dongs and then we will get out of here?
Yeah. I also love the aforementioned Muncie Twins, but I'm going to take the Dodgers one to hit a home run. Harper. I think Luis Garcia Jr. Carter Jensen. Try to find some oddballs. Trying to find something like over 500 or something. Let's see. Damn. Sal Stewart. That's your plus 1,000 something.
I mean, Vinny Pasquantino is plus 528.
Yeah.
That feels like a steal price for me tonight.
I mean, you can get Harper for
Nolan Gorman getting his call back up where he just spent a bunch of time in AAA, so like probably a little just pissed off about the whole thing. Now he's facing a pitcher that can't get left-handed batters out. He feels like probably a pretty good gamble at plus 502.
Here's another Cole Young. Yanier Diaz. There's some.
How about Alec Burleson at plus 556?
Oh, yeah.
That one feels really, really good. Like really good.
Cody Bellinger, is he back?
He is back.
Jake Berger.
I mean, Conforto's at plus 720, hasn't he? Hit a couple home runs over the last few days. JJ Weatherholt plus 800. Yeah, just give me all the Cardinals left-handed bats against Bassett for home runs tonight.
Okay. Cole Carrig.
I don't have Colorado on the DK slate, so I don't know.
A guarantee
on the FanDuel slate
tonight is no, I don't think so. Cody Clemens, because I had him as my homer yesterday, and he didn't. So he will obviously homer tonight.
I mean, I assume since Josh Bell's out of the lineup, Cody Clemens is in it, and he is. So.
Yeah. For those in the Army, I am hoping to take Max Muncy Dodger as my dinger call, but obviously it's hard to differentiate when I type it into the dinger of the day call.
Yeah, that makes it tough.
I have not taken Muncy 2 or 3 times just because of the confusion.
Well, you can put it in there because the other Max Muncy's not even in the lineup for the A's.
Well, that makes it much easier. But now that I've talked it up, I've ruined it. Might just go Royce Lewis.
I mean, I think it's safe to say I'm probably choosing a St. Louis Cardinal as my dinger. It's a St. Louis Cardinal or it's Vinny Pasquantino.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all we got. It's Pecco's birthday today. I will not be using Pecco. I was one of the few in the industry that was vocal about fading him in his debut last week. And I'm just not using him in Yankee Stadium because he has a walk issue, and walks turn into 2 and 3 run home runs in Yankee Stadium.
By Luis Garcia.
Him, Bellinger may homer on his day back. Ben Rice may hit 2. Jazz.
I mean, I do like Bellinger and Garcia tonight.
I mean, Jazz, like
Ben Rice, Jazz.
Yeah,
Jasmine Rice.
But we do have to pay attention to birthday narrative, so maybe Pecco throws a no-hitter.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my money on the homers.
Yeah. That's all we got this evening. We're back tomorrow around the same time. Haven't looked at the schedule. Assume probably pretty good. My last show of the week. I won't be here on Friday.
Friday, y'all may just see me solo if I don't find a cohort. But I would at least jump on. So
get Drago to show his face on or something.
Yeah, I got him on a hockey show one time, so maybe I'll get him on here.
Yeah, if you are members of DFS Army, hit us up in Discord with questions and all that good stuff. If you're not, it's probably a good time to join us. NFL around the corner. Postseason baseball coming up as well. Link in the description, scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Our best promo code going on right now. Book, BOOK, gets you 20% off any membership at DFS Army.
Yeah, so they only have a couple Sundays left before they have to look at our mugs every Sunday morning.
That is true. Then I'll be doing 5 shows per week, huh? Yeah, 5.
Yeah, I got one hockey. I am currently getting ready to go into battle to get an extra 1 or 2 a week. But I'm not sure how that negotiation is going to go in my favor.
Yeah, I'm not in charge of that, so I don't know. But yeah, we're back tomorrow. Best of luck tonight, everybody. And helmets up.
The best coaches in the game, we really ain't playing. We regroup up in the Slack chat where the coaches debrief. We be piecing these puzzles, occupy the chunk of the pie. Ain't no lie when we hit the block, helmets casket is top. You be seeing helmet after helmet, helmet after helmet. First place, second place, fifth place, eighth place, 12th place, 15, 16, 20. So many helmets, you got blurred vision, we got too many. Tick. Oh man, shit. They got us fucked up. Army, regroup. We pledge always to have that edge. We don't fire warning shots. Competition just drop. We locked and loaded before lock. Whatever the time, yeah. Do you even correlate?
Being the best requires a willingness to outwork your competition. There's always someone smarter, faster, sharper, more naturally gifted.